Tom Vuong is in the LA area, Anaheim area. He's been doing bonsai for 30 years. I think, aren't you largely self-taught? Are you self-taught? And he is a very good teacher and does things in an amazing way and using techniques that I've never seen before. And what he's going to be doing tonight is styling the tree, explaining what he's doing as he does it. Some lucky person who buys a raffle ticket tonight, hopefully me, will be taking this home. It's going to be our top raffle prize at the end of the evening. So we're going to get started. He may even work during our business meeting and break because there's a lot to do.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tom. Very nice to meet you on even the raining and snowing everywhere. So we are going to have a meeting here tonight. So tonight, we try to work on this one, the California juniper from Vuong. This one, he LA from the big one. This is one of the brand from his tree. So he LA probably, I think he told me about 4 or 5 years ago. And today we unstyle this one, then raffle the tree. While we do here, have any question, just raise your hand or come up over. And we have the break time and come up, take a look closer, ask any question. If I know, I have to answer. So before I work in this, any question, anything? The area, how long ago, Vuong? 4 years ago, yeah. Yeah, 4 years ago. But when you do it, how long they have the roots? 6 months they have root. But here about 4 years ago.
October.
Yeah. That's good. It's great tree.
Thank you.
Juniper is my favorite tree too. I love it. I love it. I have a lot of juniper at home because the juniper is the most movement of the tree, and the foliage, the juniper is smaller than any kind of the juniper, any kind of the tree, and also they live longer. Juniper up in the mountain, they live for thousands of years. So that's why the juniper is my favorite bonsai tree. In my home, I have some juniper. Somebody come over my house, guess those kind of juniper can be about a little more than 2,000 years old. Because the deadwood about, I can hold my kid to the trunk, so around that. And the only thing, the only tree, they live 1,000 years in the mountain, you can take them home and report and retrain that. That's the only tree. Other than tree, very difficult, very difficult. Only juniper you can do that. So that's why a lot of people, they collect a gold juniper for very old. So if you have any question, just we can talk, and also I can work in there. This one, first I remove everything because the beauty of the tree, this one, the movement here, this is the main tree. So we have the little deadwood, they come from here, I remove it. So you can see the movement more that way. And the lower branch here is too big, too straight, and they have more than about 10 inch have that. So this one will be the deadwood anyway. So I remove this one for. This is the main tree right here. Then this one I remove too. I love the deadwoods. That's why I leave the deadwood a little bit high, and we can remove later because the deadwood never can grow. Only the foliage here they can grow. So And also the California, when they old, the deadwood here is long time that they kept rot. The older tree, the deadwood last longer.
I'm asking for a friend here. If you cut off the foliage on a branch, will that branch die or could it pop back, bud back?
They will die
It can bud back.
because the foliage here, they're looking for the sun and they exhaust the sun and they go back to root and they have the circle. But without the foliage like this one, they dead.
They don't, it'll die.
Different juniper and pine after to remove all the dead, but different with the like maple or everything is different. Right now, they still wet. It take off the skin is faster, easier. When they can try harder to take it off. So I just peel some of them.
So are you looking to emphasize the horizontal there?
That's it. This is the tree right here, the tree. Because both of them here, and we do this one smaller than this, and the movement. And this one for a branch is too big for those kind of branch. So I do this one to movement. The tree probably will follow that way. Yeah. In the future, the tree will be like this. So very much I save the chin. On this one, I will remove most of the chin. They follow the tree, and I keep that one. So you see, most of them flow from one side. Because we have the curve, and out of the little twist right here, the tree move that way. Yes. Yeah, we need to bend a little bit this one up. This is the most big one around here. So I do this one the apex. So I will bend them up a little bit. So you hit more curve, they go that way. So when I bend the tree, I do this one, the rack, this kind of rack right here. Everyone can take a look. The reason I do this one because this kind of rack, they keep moisture. Also, they much more strong than the raffia. So I pat around one of them so everyone can, can straighten and feel how soft they are. Consider this one just like the raffia, but the rack much more stronger than raffia, and they can keep the moisture last longer. Rồi lát nữa anh xem. Dạ, cảm ơn anh. Can pass that one for people look at that one.
I apologize if Tom already went over this. I wasn't able to listen. But this box, you can take a picture of it. You can find them on Amazon. However, the number is not that number anymore. I can tell you what it is. It is number 54015. 54015. If you take a picture of the box, and you're looking at the 60, and they're essentially 12 by 16. And if you He's passing the towel around that you can't tear it. And he actually says he reuses it. He leaves it on for 2 years, takes it off and uses it again. And if I'm repeating what you've already said, stop me. What he does is he takes this, cuts it in half this way. So you take, it's essentially this size, and then you do it in thirds. Which is hard to do. So it's essentially done in thirds. And then you just fold the creases like that, and you set it in his tub that he has filled with water, and it takes a lot of water. We kept adding water and kept adding water and adding water. It's pretty amazing stuff, and I think they're pretty cheap. I forgot the price on Amazon. The brand is WYPALL General Clean 6X60, and it's $35. And for my trees, this is a lifetime supply. For Tom, it might be a week or two. I don't know, but it's pretty amazing stuff. And it's WYPALL General Clean.
Okay. After I wrap with the paper, I put 2 wire, two guide wire. Follow the tree moving. And I tie down with the tie wrap. As you see, I tie the tree with the 2 guide wire. With the tie wrap go together. If the zip tie, because the zip tie, they hold tighter, faster, easier, stronger.
A few things I learned about Tom over the last couple of days. You had an auto repair shop? Is that correct, Tom?
The body shop.
Yeah.
Auto body, yeah.
Auto body. And so a lot of his know-how and ingenuity is coming from the tools and tricks that he used there. I don't know how many of you watched the YouTube video that I sent of his garden. His trees are sometimes bigger than he is. And I asked, how do you collect those? He says he drives his truck. He built a crane into the back of his truck, and he pulls up to the tree and he can do it by himself. So, it takes knowledge and ingenuity.
Okay, after I tie together the tape, the guide wire, then now I do the electrical tape to tie together. The reason I do the electrical tape, tie them down, because it's I want to tie everything together with the brand. Second thing, this one, they keep the moisture inside, and they avoid of if the heat come up, inside still have a lot of moisture. but I do the outside in, so the stick in I put outside. And the stick one here on the tape, I put outside. So later on, yeah, because the reason like that, because we don't want to, they stick to the wallpaper. Later on, they take out much easier, faster.
And you had said something, there's certain kinds of electrical tape. Don't get the cheap stuff. Get good electrical tape.
For this one, just regular electrical tape.
Any
Yeah,
electrical
and
tape?
electrical.
I thought you'd mentioned a high temperature kind.
That one only the grafting. For the graft
Only
tape,
for grafting.
Yeah.
Oh.
that different.
Does the tape help insulate the branch?
Yes. They tie 3 of them we apply over here, they tie together. And also they keep the moisture inside. This kind of paper is good thing. I leave some of the off. I'm not wrap all the way. When you water, the water go in, they suck everything, is keep moisture again. Every time you water. That's the difference between this and the raffia. Even the couple days you open the outside, open it inside still have moisture. Because we use the tape, because the paper they keep the moisture last longer.
So the cotton wrap that you put on it is continuous,
That's true.
right? That way the water will go all the way
That's
through
true.
to the bottom. Okay.
I have a question for you, Tom. When you water, do you water the foliage and the whole tree?
Yeah, the whole tree, yeah.
Yeah, missed everything.
By the end, I do the tie wrap to tie the electrical tape, but I leave the white tape is open. So when I tie the water go here, they will suck all the way inside to keep the moisture. Even the best time to bend the tree is right now because we have a lot of rain and also the humidity. So it's very flexible for bending right now. Even they crack a little bit, but they very much the shape because they have moisture. So right now, that's it for let's see that. We have 2 guy wire inside, minimum I have 2. And because this one I want to move up here, slant tree and go up here. So now I start wiring the tree. I do a little bit slow because probably too fast right now. Any question so far? Okay.
How long is that going to stay on there?
Okay. You can leave the tape with the paper with the electrical here for at least 2 years is no problem. The reason why, because inside they get moisture and they're flexible because the paperwork and the brand and the tree is still going. They're not stop, they're still going. Then 2 years later, you remove everything. And basically 90% they stay there. If they move back a little bit, I do the guide wire or I do the tape here to tame down a little bit for another couple of years and they stay there. Okay, so now we can start winding the tree and we have time and we peel off some here. Probably the why is not too long. Like, any question? Keep asking. Okay. Usually I do the big one first. Big why, and I why. Okay. This is the beauty of the tree. I want the tree more up like that, so I will start my wire from here. When I go this way, so I can bend the head go up this way. If I go all the way, then I can bend this back. So the first one very important. Okay, so I start from this way because I want to move this up, so I start from this way. Because I have this one, the crux right here, and I pull them out, make me easier to. So the open here, I can put the wire here, is much easier. That nature before.
It was like,
When he told me when he have the tree, right? This brand here he don't need, but the beauty curve right here that he air layer. So this is the nature. He don't make that, but this is the nature. Look nice, right?
oh, it's
That
beautiful.
correct?
Thank you.
The reason I do this one because they longer and they strong and they cheaper, cheaper than the Japanese tools.
How hard is it to find material like this to work on? If you want to, how hard is it to find material like what you're working on?
The material, the art form better, better answer. I don't have this one.
We sometimes have a hard time finding good material. I didn't know if Los Angeles area, same problem or.
So now when we go up the mountain to collect the tree, very, very difficult to find a small tree, have a lot of nice and movement, very difficult. You can find the big one, the movement, yes, but they hard to survive. But you find a small one with the movement, with the deadwood, very difficult. Up in the mountain, very difficult. So this is one of the nice ones he had. Lucky he had.
Does the wire need to be tight around the branch?
As much you can, as much you can. Sometimes it too big wide, it hard to tie together. But if you have, try the best you can to tie it. Find out the way when you the tree move like that. When I bend it, the wire the twist tighter. But if I wire the wrong way, I wire the other way, and I move this up, and the wire they open. So you know a little bit how to wire the direction you want to bend. You go this way, the more I bend, the more the wire they twist together. But if I wire this way, I bend the other way, then the wire they open up. It's very important. The first wire very important. After that, just follow them. Follow them. And the brand, most the brand they will follow the tree. Even the brand that they follow, they did not go different direction. We'll see. So the second one, the reason I why here because we're looking for the brand right here. When you bend one tree, most of the tree, I don't say is some of them straight, but most of the tree, they lightly twist inside. The reason they lightly twist it, they maybe move on left side or right side. And also the first brand, they're on the right side still. So the inside, they will move more this way. So when you see the first brand go this way or the move go, then bend the tree, follow them. Then they more tighter. If the tree, they twist this way, it bend another way, they open up. You cannot bend. So when you bend it, follow the tree. One way you work is follow the tree. Just remember, follow the tree. Don't do whatever you want, follow them. Then look more natural that way too. Same thing on the human. We are bend the hand, then we can twist the hand and follow them, and we can put a bike. But if you do like that, no way you can put a bike. Same thing on the tree. Same thing. Doesn't matter. You want, oh, I want to bend now. I have to follow them. Then make it look better.
I guess this is a question for Vuong. We have a question from chat. How long has this tree been collected? When was it collected? How many years?
Yes, this collect these trees.
Yeah. When did you collect that?
I guess around 7 years. And not these trees. This is because this is one piece of my big trees. I collected. After 2 years, the big trees is survive and grow good. And I see these branches, I don't use it. Okay. And it's very nice movement right there. So I air layer. Yeah, after 2 years, since there I collect the big trees. Okay, after 2 years, I air layer, and it take around for 6 months. The root come out. I can cut it down, and the day I cut it down until now, I guess more than 3 years before COVID.
Okay. Cool.
Is this clear?
Yes.
Okay,
That's
thank
very
you.
cool. Very good. Thank you, Vuong.
The reason because California juniper, like Tom he just said, over there a lot of big trees, nice trees, deadwood, very beautiful. But if you're looking for the small one with the deadwood, nice movement, it's not easy. So the way we get the small one, if we have the big trees, we collect it, just survive good, and see the small branch, nice deadwood, just air layer.
And
Yes.
do they air layer easily?
I think it's easy. Yes, California juniper. I air layer around 7 or 8 pieces, but I got around six of them. Yeah.
Excellent.
So
Yes. Thank you, Vuong. Tom, I have a question from our chat from Zoom.
Yes.
We have the question of, is the cloth to protect the branches from the wire?
You mean the electrical here or the
The cloth here?
clock? No, we put the inside already. So outside we have the electrical tape.
Ah,
Yeah, but the main thing we keep the moisture. Keep the moisture.
So
and
the
tight
cloth-
together. Yeah.
the cloth is to maintain moisture around
Moisture,
the branch, and then the electrical tape protects it from the
Yes.
wire.
Consider the paper just like the raffia.
The paper's like raffia.
Raffia.
Okay.
How do you keep the water inside the tape, and how often do you have to do it?
You water the tree regular, like every day or couple days, and you water the whole thing and they stuck inside. Because I leave some of the spot open. I show you a little bit. This spot here open. Between two of the branch here is open. See right here, and other one right here. So every time you check water and they stuck the water inside. Yes. Yes.
When you start putting the wire on, do you already have to know what what the design of your tree is gonna be? Or can you just follow the tree, lay the wire on, and then kind of figure it out as you go along?
Yeah, when you look at the trees, you know exactly what you want to do, and you can do. But the basic is I follow the tree, follow the movement of the tree, follow the way the tree is survive and how they like. So we try to follow the tree. Don't force them the way they want. Follow them, then they look better that way. Well, okay. One thing when you follow the tree, you do, you widen, you bend, and you work it. Then any tree of your garden will be different style. If you force them by your style, then most of the tree look the same way your style. When you bring the tree to the show, you say, okay, this one renated, this one John tree. But if you do follow the tree, is every tree in your garden is different. That's the good thing about. When you come to my house, every tree is different because we follow the tree. We don't force them the way Tom style. No, I don't do that way. for some reason, I can see some of the tree and I can tell the owner. Yes. Because they are style like that. But if you follow the tree, it's more open mind, more open design, and every tree different.
So what would be the benefit of using copper wire versus the other?
Okay, I tell you the truth. It is the copper and the aluminum wire is first copper is much more expensive, and also copper the more stronger, so you can do the size smaller to bend the bigger one, and also the copper look better after with the juniper and everything. The color that doesn't change, but and also the copper when you do it, when they turn white, and they accept the heat, more heat than the copper. The copper they don't have heat like aluminum. Harder, yeah, harder. But for the training tree, you can do the copper. It's okay for training. But for the show or for the finish, you enjoy better do the copper. But I think Sacramento, the club, they are rich. That's why they do the copper here. I think so. I guess so. But I like to do the copper. Yes.
What was the question?
One of the also advantages with copper is that you can use a smaller gauge wire that does just as good a job or better than a thicker piece of aluminum. True?
That's correct.
That gets confusing. I'm gonna let somebody else answer that.
When I'm using copper, I use it on the bigger branches because the aluminum won't hold them. And the more you bend the copper, the harder it'll get. You just keep bending it till it don't bend no more.
Yes, when you do the aluminum, a little bit more easier, and when you twist them, they're more tighter. For the training, I recommend is aluminum better than copper, easier for you to do, and because the cheaper too.
So I'm assuming that this is the right time of year to do the bending?
Yes.
What months can you do the bending in?
The bending is the best time. The best time for the bending is the raining season. Two reasons. When the raining season, they come more moisture. More moisture is to bend any wood and more flexible. The second thing, even they crack a little bit, they don't die because they did not catch fire right away like the summer. They catch fire like summer, after they bend a couple of days, they go down right away because the heat, the supply, the energy not go out because they crack. But on the winter time, even they crack a little bit, but they have the paper to keep the moisture inside. So better for you for flexible. A little piece of wood, we to put out the raining day for a couple of days to bend them easier than the hot day on the summer. That's how we follow that. A lot of people they do the long time ago. People they bend the wood for the boat, and they steam them to bend them down. We follow same way they did. But they steam by the hot water steam, but we cannot. That's why we have to wrap with the paper to let them sit inside. Sometimes the California, they have some deadwood like that. The live end and deadwood together. You have to do apply this way. You can bend the deadwood too. Yeah. Yes. Yes, because it's you set the water inside. You can bend that one.
Just an FYI for everyone, for our April member workshop, we're going to concentrate on wiring techniques, and we'll be going over the differences between aluminum and copper, and studying some of the different techniques and how to put wire on. It's an incredibly important part of bonsai design to be able to wire correctly. So April, we're going to be doing wiring for our workshop. I will send out in advance a couple of YouTube and program or online programs on wiring that are excellent for you to preview before the workshop. So you'll kind of have a heads up on, you know, what we're going to be doing, and, you know, have some answers to some of your questions before you even get there. So be watching for that, guys. It's very important. Bye-bye. Thanks. Signing off.
And outside the gate. So keep asking the question, because a lot of time I learn from the question. Because the question, I never think about that, but you are the one think about it. What happened here? What happened? I say, oh yeah, I never think about that. That's how I learn from the question.
How long will you leave this wire on the tree?
The wire on depend on how you go in the tree, but normally to me, I keep at least for 1 year for this one. But to keep if you feed a lot of fertilizer, the tree healthy, probably by 6 months. But normally for this tree, I think about a year later, then you can remove them, the wire. The cutting only, the one they cut them in and remove them. And later on, usually this kind of tree probably will wire about 2 days, 2 times, then it'll be look okay. Look okay. After that, we just do the.
But will you immediately rewire again after you take it off, or do you let it have a little break?
Yeah, when you remove all the wire, let them about 6 months later, let them go, then you rewire again. Now I wire the downside, the small one a little bit. So we wire the bigger one is first direction, then the small one, I just follow them. So 90%, as you can see my wire, the tree here, they're not crossing because I follow the first one.
While Tom is doing some wiring, I wanted to share, this is Dolores, raise your hand for those that don't know. She was at the bending workshop today. Oh, I need to turn it around. Is this the back?
That's fun.
That's front, right? Yeah, okay. This is her tree after the workshop. Kind of shows you the value and importance of wire. So now that's what it looked like at the start of the workshop. And now it looks like that. Put the other back up a second so people can see it a little bit more. There it is. That's before. That was at 9 o'clock this morning. And this was by, well, before 3 o'clock. And there were a couple other trees that she went home very happy about. But takes some knowledge and artistry. Regular nursery. That tree came from a regular nursery many years ago, but it is a regular nursery tree grown to plant in someone's yard. It is not a bonsai material or anything. I had done some training on it over the years, but you know, somebody asked about getting material, and it is available in the nursery. And Roger has a workshop thing where you can go and help select at different nurseries. And it is possible. That's my collected juniper.
Okay, now I want to bend this one up this way. I move everything out the way that I bend. So this one, I try to support this one, maybe not strong enough, but I have this one. So most of the time when I bend at home, I do this one. You see this one, they move in. See that? When I do over here only 1/4 inch, then this one will move about 2 inch or 3 inch. You can see that one. See that how they moving. After they move the way they want, I want it. I do the guide wire to hold that one. Then I lose this one now. The ratchet here is you can pull down any angle you want as long as you have the angle. And also this one is you can have something like from 300 pounds to 3,000 pounds. So depend on how big the brand you want to pull. At my home, most of the trees like that, I take them down with a piece of wood, take down everything, and I screw it so I can hook anywhere on the screw, so I do any angle. But when I pull them down like this way, because they have the curve right here, the beauty of curve right here, and now I want the second one. Then we do the third one right here. Then we arrange them the main, but main thing we pull for the where the tree you want first. Where mark the tree right now I want it, so I want to do this one for my guide wire to hold it. After I hold it, I lose it one, then I will arrange all the branch. So when I angle it, I angle to the strong down here, so they can hold it.
How long do you leave the ratcheted strap on
The
there?
rod I will take out a few more minutes.
Oh, okay. So you're putting in wire to hold it in place?
I do the wire and also the guide wire. See the guide wire right here? Then now I can lose them out. So now I will arrange trees. So now my tree move like this way. Yeah. Ratchet. Yes. And now this you can buy anywhere. Home Depot, yes. Costco they sell sometime. Harbor Freight too. That's correct. Yeah, that too is cheap. The main thing we say the technique is do all the kind of tool here. Even my tool here is the cheap tool too. So we try to do something cheap but work good. That's the main how to say the nothing fancy, nothing hard. everything cheap and easy. That's we want to say.
I think Tom has very few traditional bonsai tools. Is that true?
Like this
uses
one,
basic-
I make some like this.
Yeah.
But you bend the tree, try to flexible. The more you flexible, like before you want to move, everything has try flexible then. And also when we bend it, we bend right on the guide wire, right? The guide, the wire you want, then they can hold for you. This one. Yeah. Like this one, for example, if I do like this, right? I can bend any way I want. See that one? See that? When similar like that, right? Then I do the guide wide. Bonsai supply, yeah, they do. See, then I can hold it. See, when I take them out, they stay right there, like that. Okay, for the almost 2 hours, we can do the tree similar like that. You have more time, you can do a little bit better, but this time. Any question about the tree or about the branch and anything, and how to take care of it, just keep asking, So if I know something, I can answer it.
Now that the tree's gone through so much, I see you have the tree tilted the way that you'd want it to be potted ideally.
Yeah.
Is it okay for someone who wins the tree to go ahead and repot it now, or do they have to wait for another season?
For this kind of tree, most of the time, after we would leave like that, let them go. Do the mark fertilizer you can. But this kind of tree here, because he earlier, that means they have a lot of root here. After he earlier, for I think 2 years ago, right? He put a lot of big rock underneath here, so easy for you to cut this and put it on the pot right away. Right away for this kind of tree, yes. Because you can see a lot of root. You can see a lot of root. When he cut up, you see a lot of root right here. Because when you collect a tree or you transform a tree, try the best to balance the foliage with the root. The more they balance is, the more better that way. Yeah. No.
All right. So if you transplanted it, would it be a rather large pot? And are you also saying that you wouldn't do much work with the roots? You would just kind of flip it into another pot?
No, for this kind of tree is put right on the bonsai pot.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, for the bonsai, whatever is it feel good and just put right there. We don't need a big pot because the rule is the wide of the root, right? The deep of the pot. You can. So this one about that I think about maximum 4 in the most. 3 in is good. This one the tree here, the aftercare is a little bit simple than grafting and emptying, because this one right now the temperature is perfectly not too hot, not windy, so you can put a full sun. But if you do like that on the summer, better put on a shade for at least 4 to 6 weeks. And then you see they pop out a little bit and bring slowly out of sun. But for this kind of tree and this kind of time right now, yes, bring out the full sun right now. And they go faster. When you work on the tree, you feel all the foliage like that, they hard, that means the tree is very strong, very strong. But you see the foliage, when from beginning you see a lot, right? That means a lot of root underneath of them, a lot. And you feel them strong like this, and you smell them, that means a lot of root. But when you cut them, it's nice and soft, that means the root is not too good, not too good. Or even you do like that, you smell not strong like today you smell, that's not too good. So when you walk on the tree so many times, you touch to the tree or you smell the tree, you can feel them, how strong they are. The best way you walk on the tree is have to be strong tree. Only way the tree too weak, we need to change the pot, the soil and put on the greenhouse for emergency only. But other than that, don't touch it. If they weak, don't touch it. Any question? I love California land. One of my favorite tree. I love the collection tree because the collection tree is they have a lot more deadwood than the tree you go, and also the collect tree is when you collect, you never see the tree is exactly the same. Never see the tree same. But when you go in tree, similar will be the same tree, same style. That's why when you go up the mountain, you bring the tree home, you have to teach them how to design the tree because none of the tree are the same way. None of them. Some too big, some too small, this way, that way. But you design like that, you have to more enjoyable.